Snazzy day to you, everyone. So now we're going to look at the viola and the violin finger chart for the major and minor scales in the order of flats and sharps. So I did this one specifically for the sharps first, but we'll get to the flats as well for the major and minor scales. So this would be your open C string on the viola, and then the first finger, low first, higher first, second finger, lower second, higher second, third finger, lower third finger, which is typically played, and then your higher third finger is sometimes also your lowered fourth finger, and then your fourth finger, right? So that's your open C string, G string, D string, and A string on the viola, and then the violin, your open G, D, A, and then the E string on the violin as well to do these patterns. So, shall we begin? We're going to do the major scale and then the minor scale simultaneously going parallel on the string. So check it out. On the open C string on the viola is your C major, and then on the violin, open A string is your A minor scale, right? And then we go to the open G string on the viola and open E string on the violin for your next major scale with one sharp in it, right? So it's going to alternate between the two lower strings on the viola and the two higher strings on the violin, like such. C major, A minor, G major, E minor, to the first finger. D major, B minor, A major, F sharp minor, to the second finger. The higher second finger would be E minor, or E major, C sharp minor, to B major, G sharp minor. Then to your higher third finger would be F sharp major, D sharp minor, C sharp major, and A sharp minor, right? So those are your major and minor scales with sharps in them, going from open C string to open G string on the viola, or the A to E string on the violin, and alternating back and forth between the two strings for the viola and violin for the first finger, the higher first finger, to the higher second finger, to the higher third finger, right? So if you want, we can just do major scales so you can kind of get an idea on the viola. So C major, G major, D, A, E, B, F sharp major, and C sharp major, right? Now the minor scales on the violin, alternating between the A and E. So A minor, E minor, B minor, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, G sharp minor, D sharp minor, and A sharp minor. So, there you have it, right? Now, if that's not cool and swanky enough, there is also a pattern for the major and minor scales, partially, I would say, that I've found so far, going down the string. So starting with the typical lower third finger on the viola, on the open G string, or not open G, but the third finger on the G string would be your C major, and then your A minor on the violin E string, right? So we're starting with the high string on the violin, and then the second lowest on the viola, right? So with that said, C major, A minor, right? And then we go to the third finger on the C string for viola major, F major, and then the third finger on the A string for the minor of F major scale, which would be D minor, right? Both have one sharp in them. So C major, A minor, F major, D minor, and then we go to the lower second fingering on the G string and the E string. So that would be B flat major, right? And this would be G minor on the E string. And then we go to the C string lower second finger for E flat, flat that note, and then C minor. So E flat major, C minor, and then we go to the lowered first finger. So it would be A flat major and then F minor, right? To D flat major with 5 flats in it to B flat minor, right? And then I suppose you could do like technically this finger, except you do like it in the higher fourth for a D sharp, and then we would have G flat or E flat, right? If we make these flats for the sixth one on those strings as well. But yeah, so for the minor scales or major scales with the flats, right? C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat, right? And then for your minor scales, so A minor, D minor, G minor, C minor, and F minor, and B flat minor for the minor scale with 5 flats in it, right? So, right? And then we go down half a step for the minor scales, right? So, C major, A minor, F major, D minor, to B flat major, G minor, E flat major, C minor, down to the lower first finger for A flat major, F minor, D flat major, and B flat minor. So, right? So those are the patterns on the violin finger chart for the major and minor scales for the order of sharps, and then for the major and minor scales up to 5 flats in its key signature simultaneously, going parallel to each other, kind of like parallel worlds in a way. Pretty swanky danky, hey? So yeah, there's probably more patterns, but I haven't found them yet. But have a dandy day. I blab on.